There we go. Alright, ahoy everyone, ahoy everyone who may be watching now or later. Okay, I'm too freaking rushed for my own fucking intro. Ahoy everyone and welcome aboard. I'll be your Captain Hillyan today, along with...
He is your mighty Lieutenant Drakir at your service, along with...
Gunnery made rum, taking away the rum from the captain.
Okay, and last but not least, we've got... apparently Durban's headset issues. Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, welcome back to Mass Effect 1, the Legendary Edition. And yeah, last time we were done here on Pharaoh, so it means we have one major area to... well, one major planet to go to. Okay.
Commander, you look
Hello, am I working this time?
pale. Are
Yes,
you
we can hear
suffering
you.
Any ill effects from the cipher?
The cipher shook me up a bit.
I might be able to help you. I am an expert on the Protheans. If I join my consciousness to yours, maybe we can make some sense of it.
Do it. Hurry. We don't have much time.
Relax, Commander. Embrace eternity. You are remarkably strong-willed, Commander. What you have been through, what you have seen, would have destroyed a lesser mind.
Did you see anything?
The beacon on Eden Prime must have been badly damaged. Large parts of the vision are missing. The data transferred into the commander's mind is incomplete.
You sure you didn't come across any kind of clue or hint? Something we might have missed?
Everything I saw you already know. You were right about the Reapers. The Protheans were destroyed by a race of sentient machines. I think it is obvious there is a connection between the Reapers, the Prothean extinction, and the Conduit, but I did not see anything that would help us find it.
What's our next move?
I was able to interpret the data relayed through your vision, what was there at least, but something was missing. Saren must have the missing information. Maybe he found another beacon. If we can find the missing data from your vision, I can... Oh. I am sorry. The joining is exhausting. I should go to the medical bay and lie down for a moment.
Dr.
That was the
Chalkwash took a
strangest
look
quick-
at you.
That will not be necessary. I just need some rest. Somewhere quiet.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, that was the strangest quickie in a while.
Yeah. For Shepard, that's like 2 mindfucks within an hour or so.
Something like that.
Okay. Let's ask this one because these are inquisitive ones and not just the good and the jerk options to ending this, the ending
You
things.
sure it was the joining? I feel fine.
Your role in our communion is passive. I am the one who must submerge myself in your mind, drown myself in your thoughts. It is more difficult than it looks. The human subconscious instinctively resists the joining, Commander. A strong personality like yours makes it even harder.
Okay.
We're done here. Dismissed.
I've sent off the Pharaoh's report, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
Commander, Exogeny should have told us about the Thorian. It would have made your job much easier.
You might have been able to capture it for study instead of destroying it.
The Thorian liked to enslave minds. Anyone who studied it would have ended up as one of its thralls.
Perhaps it's for the best then. At least the colony was saved.
Of course it was saved. Shepard would go to any lengths to help a human colony.
For once, something we can agree upon with the Council, and Jackass has to wheel this stick up his ass around again.
Being human had nothing to do with it. They were in trouble.
Admirable. But sometimes Spectres have to make sacrifices. I hope you're willing to do that when the time comes.
Goodbye, Commander. We will be waiting for your next report.
At least the Solarian is more understanding there.
Yeah. But then again, she has to work with those two next to her, so it is quite literally her job to be the diplomatic one.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we
To make it truly
Why is
canon,
this-
I recommend we hang up the next call we get.
Commander.
Yeah, just push the button mid-call, like, nope.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we tried to talk to him earlier, but didn't get anything out of it. What do you have to
Nothing
say?
report then?
Well, that Krogan makes me a wee bit nervous. He's not done anything, but the way he just glares at everyone, well, he's on my list of concerns.
Okay, this might have been cut content that got added or something. Could you get a more... Yeah, I'm probably going to offend one nation with this. Irish/Scottish with this guy. Like, Ferguson has the last name as well. Like, the only way to make it more Scottish would be to hang a kilt over his armor.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt you could get a more proper version of him if you're looking for that kind of accent.
Part of it is not Scottish or Irish, actually. The sun
I'll
part.
keep that in mind.
Thank you, Commander.
Okay.
No, I think it's more one of those things that got merged in with the Anglo-Saxons and all that.
Could be.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Time to go harass our staff again.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
Let's
We
see.
could pick up where we left off. You were telling me about your interest in the Protheans.
Actually, I think I was talking about my interest in you, and making a fool of myself in the process. As I said, I am not used to dealing with people, especially humans. I did not really know much about your species when we first met, Shepard. I found it hard to take humanity seriously. Your kind always seemed so rushed and high-strung.
Hello there in chat, Emily. Give me a moment to clear something out of the way there. Of Emilia, okay. Welcome to the chat then. Doing pretty well, I'd say. How about you?
Hello.
Okay. And yeah, welcome to Mass Effect 1 Legendary Edition.
We don't have the luxury of time. An Asari can live for 1,000 years. We're lucky if we hit 150.
That is true. At first I thought that was a weakness of your species. After spending time with you and your crew, however, I think it may actually be an advantage. You humans are creatures of action. You pursue your goals with an almost indomitable determination. It is an admirable trait, but also an intimidating one.
You're scared of us?
Unfortunately, the rest of the galaxy sees humanity as something of a bully. You run over anyone in your path to get what you want. It is up to people like you to change their minds, Shepard.
I'm doing the best I can, Liara.
There is a reason the Council chose you to become a Spectre. They saw something special in you. The best of what humanity has to offer. I looked into your history. I know what you did during the Blitz. It was a remarkable display of courage and heroism.
Let's see, Emilia. No, I do not stream daily. And with that, you've earned yourself a ban. At least most of these are stupid enough to reveal themselves within the first 5 minutes, huh?
Yeah, and I don't get is... Yeah, like, Derv and Rom, do you see what's over the captain's head?
Yeah.
Yep.
What does it say?
Just both of them tilting their head.
Seribot is here.
No,
Below
I mean-
that. Around the sword.
Use in case of self-advertisement.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just
that's-
realized maybe we need to change it to just blatantly write no self-advertisement or no
Maybe,
advertisement. To make it very
You didn't need to go behind my back. I would have told you whatever you wanted to know.
I apologize, Commander. After our last conversation, I was afraid I would say something stupid again. I wanted to know more about you, to understand what made you into the woman you are. There is something compelling about you, Shepard.
Okay, I do need to play things a bit easy here and there to avoid going into the romance options and such. So
you're interested in me because of my visions. You just want to know more about the Protheans.
That was a bit harsher than
I
that.
admit, your connection to the Protheans had something to do with my initial interest, but it has grown beyond that. You intrigue me, Shepard, but I was not sure if it was appropriate to act on my feelings. I wasn't sure if... Are you interested in me, Shepard?
Yeah.
The middle one would be a good way to go.
Yeah. Also, Lyra got so excited instead of moving faster because she was getting hyper, she was moving slower. Okay.
I'm not interested in you in that way, Liara.
This is very embarrassing for me, Commander. Please, let's talk about something else.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Well, this is awkward.
Yeah. Maybe if this whole Prothean thing doesn't work out, Liara could try working as a contortionist with how she keeps putting her foot in her mouth. Anyways, Caden.
Anything you need, Commander?
Wait, Captain.
Sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Well, they know about the stonewalling you've had from the council.
Yeah.
I just realized there's something that has returned over there by the follow list.
Oh right, yeah, there. Okay, I had disabled that on the one scene, but I probably should just remove that on each and every one of them because, yeah, I'd rather not have it be filled with people whose accounts have been deleted and such from following and getting reported, and thus getting their accounts banned. Yeah. But yeah, let's see.
They deserve to know what we're up against.
They're on your side.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm actually not feeling that great.
I'll have a better handle on all of it when my head stops hurting.
God damn it, I think I need to dip out early.
Okay.
You guys finished. You guys going ahead. I'm gonna go pass out.
Okay.
Rom.
So next time, Rom, and thanks for joining.
No problem. Have a good night.
Rest well.
Rom.
Anything I can do?
No, Commander, it'll settle down. It's rough sometimes, but they spike higher than a lot of L3s. Except for you, of course. Besides, I fared a lot better than some after Kinetics was through.
I haven't heard anything about Kinetics in a while.
Yeah, they quietly disappeared. Broke up into a bunch of little corps after they botched the training on Jump Zero. After first contact, Kinetics was set up to track Element Zero exposures and develop implants for humans. Once we had an embassy on the Citadel, Kinetics could bring in experts instead of taking it slow.
Okay.
Is there some reason we couldn't learn it on our own?
They didn't know where to start. Hell, it took a couple of years to even link biotics and Ezo. Forget trying to get the kids to move stuff. They had trouble just helping them not break their own limbs. And their choice of teachers didn't help much.
Okay, then do tell us about these quote-unquote teachers.
The only experts would have to be aliens.
Dead on. Turians, actually. That's why Kinetics kept it a secret. They were afraid of what people back home would think, asking the Turians for help when we just fought a war with them.
Yeah,
I
why not
that viewpoint, actually? Yeah.
And yeah,
why not them? And especially, why are they picking the Turians for it?
Yeah, it makes sense to get help from people who know more about it and all that. Not that it'll be fully 100% one-to-one and such, because different species and so. But yeah, info about people you've just had a quote-unquote war with, helping with that, would not have come across the best with some people.
Yeah, definitely not.
Than the Turians.
Yes, but the company didn't go through the Citadel. It would have made Earth look weak. so they discreetly hired some Turian mercenaries.
Well, like that wouldn't go completely wrong.
Yep. Problems all
Yeah.
abound.
I'm sure Canadix did what they thought was best.
It wasn't best for us. They brought in an ex-military Turian named Commander Vernus. A real hard-ass. He basically had a free pass to break us if it would turn out a decent biotic. Kind of spiraled from there, Commander.
Okay, with a bit more insight on the Turians and such, and the fact that they basically never leave the military, or at least military style, that probably says a good amount about a mercenary who was ex-military with them then, huh?
Yeah, it definitely wasn't the best idea, in my opinion, to hire someone from a race that, like, citizenship requires military training.
Did he ever face charges for that?
He got his, yeah. But like everything else at Jump Zero, it was under the table. The less said, the better. Anyway, this is ancient stuff. I walked it off a long time ago. I should get back to my duties, Commander. We're here to make history, not rehash it.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
Alright. Next time we're at the Citadel, we probably should go get some stuff to actually put in the personal quarters. Going the wrong way.
Get some new decorations.
Yeah. Okay, I'm pretty sure this thing could be going a lot faster, but for some reason it's still... I doubt it's having issues loading stuff in and such, but you can still see that this thing is working real slow, moving real slow.
Yeah, I think in the original version, though, it was actually a lot slower than even that.
Yeah.
What do you want, Shepard?
Why did you become a mercenary?
Lots of reasons.
Such as?
Such as, I needed to get out of our system. I needed to eat. I needed to survive.
Okay.
Why not stay and help your people?
I tried to help. That's why I had to leave.
Okay.
What happened?
Says a lot, doesn't it?
I was betrayed. I was head of a small tribe. We were trying to restore order after the war, but the other tribes were against us. They followed Jared, one of the few warlords who survived the war with the Turians. But he was old, and so were his ideas. He wanted to continue the war. He wanted us to fight. Turians, Solarians, each other. It didn't matter who, as long as we were fighting.
A very Klingon way to try and go at it.
Yep.
What did you want?
I just wanted Jared to shut up, to stop his ranting. I wanted him to stop leading the tribes astray. But he couldn't understand how much things had changed. We didn't have the numbers to go to war. Even if we did, the genophage made sure we couldn't replenish our numbers fast enough. I told them all to forget about war. We needed to focus on breeding, at least for one generation. And for a while, we were getting through. Some of the tribes started coming around.
Yeah, a bit odd to think of this big guy as a peacemaker of anything, huh?
Yeah, that really changes the perspective when it, like, he doesn't actively go for war. He's like, we need to keep our people growing.
I take it the warlord didn't appreciate that.
No, he didn't. He arranged a crush with the tribes. A meeting on neutral ground. He wanted to talk. We met at the Hollows, near the graves of our ancestors. The skulls of our dead laid bare to remind us where we come from, and where we all go. It's as sacred as any Krogan place can be. Violence is forbidden.
Sounds like a trap to me. You must have suspected as much.
I did. But when your father invites you to a crush, well, there are some laws that even we hold sacred.
Dun dun dun.
Jared was your father?
He was. Until that day. We talked, but we didn't get anywhere. When it was clear that I wouldn't join him, he gave the signal. His men leapt from the graves of our ancestors like Krogan undead. The few that were loyal to me died quickly. I escaped with my life, but not before I sank my dagger deep into my father's chest. That is why I left, and that's why I'll never go back.
That must have been a big dagger to get through their armored hides.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure their definition of a dagger is more akin to a short sword for anything else. Outside of maybe Elcor, now I'm kind of curious what Elcor melee weapons would look like. They would probably just punch stuff.
Though from what I understand from the third game, most of their warfare consists of automated machines helping them out.
Yeah, basically walking tanks.
You must
What are you two talking about? Spoilers?
Don't you miss them?
No.
You're trying to make me cry,
Not
Shepard.
really.
I've got some unfinished business with my family, but that's all.
What kind of business?
Before I left, I made an oath to my father's father. I swore to recover my family's battle armor. It was taken from him after the uprising.
What's so important about this armor?
It's a relic. Useless, really. But it was worn by 5 generations of my family before the war. It's rightfully mine. Originally, it was taken by the Turian military. We weren't allowed armor or weapons after the war. Now, it's in the hands of Ton Actus, a Turian scum who collects relics from the war. He's made millions selling Krogan artifacts that were stolen from my people. He's got several bases where he stores his goods, all fortified and guarded. I just don't know which base has my family's armor.
Well, was one way to find out, just go buy them one by one.
Just tell me where to start looking.
I'll upload the data to your nav system. But Commander, I want to be there when you find him.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
This is a good quest. Has to obviously help later in the story.
Yeah.
I actually had a bit of a pain in the butt of a time with that one at first, so I needed a guide to find the armor.
Okay.
Commander?
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
Sure. I was just watching some mail from home.
Oh, before I go, we saw Caden in a news vid about the Normandy. He's cute. Later, sis.
Let's pretend this never happened.
Are you interested in the lieutenant, Chief?
Fraternization is against regulations, ma'am. Don't ask, don't tell. What's up? You didn't come by to eavesdrop on family mail.
Your family seems to be important to you.
Yeah, we've always been close. Me and my sisters especially. With Dad on duty so much, I had to help Mom raise them.
Okay.
Did your father serve with the fleet?
Yeah, took any crap posting he could get that offered space time. You know what? He worked his ass off trying to get recognized, but he never made it above serviceman 3rd class. He was real proud when I made Chief. First thing he did was salute.
I kind of don't want to risk these ending the conversation, but...
You're lucky to have a close family.
Sorry, I forgot about your family situation.
Okay, this is the first game, so it isn't always that the right side leans more towards ending conversation and such, but still...
Or lack thereof. Relax, Williams, I've dealt with it.
Asked me to clear a bunker of armed hostiles? No problem. Dealing with the foot in my mouth? Not so good with that. Things were tense between Sarah and me for a while. Then we bonded.
At least she's not as bad.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, at least she's not as fast as Liara, huh?
Yeah. They could probably help each other with that.
Sounds like a story. Feel like sharing?
Sarah got herself a boyfriend who wanted to go faster than she did, Mike. I didn't think he was a bad kid, just pushy. Lynn would send me these worried vid mails, and I'd tell her to relax.
Where were you when this was going on?
I was on active duty. Sarah's graduating high school this year. This was only a couple of years back. They were on Amaterasu. At the time, I was assigned to Chernobog. Same cluster, but a dozen Hellwire away. Close enough to talk regularly, too far to make it back in an emergency. I couldn't afford a fast packet flight.
Okay.
If he really liked her, he wouldn't be pushy.
Yeah, of course. If he didn't ask at all, I'd wonder if he thought Sarah was ugly. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Mike thought they'd go for a romantic walk in the woods, because he figured it was past time they did the deed. She levered Mike face first into a tree and left. Didn't have a scratch on her. Good thing Mom and Dad had us all learn some kind of self-defense. I took emergency leave and walked Sarah to school for a few days.
You traveled all the way home to walk your sister to school.
It was only a dozen light years, like a day's cruise. It's not like I was going to Earth or something. My last day out, Mike was waiting for us. Sarah had told her friends, so everyone at school knew what he did. He wasn't happy. I wanted to snap him in half, but Sarah gave me this look, this let me handle it, I need to do this alone look. She kept her cool, God bless her, as he screamed in her face. She just let him vent. Then he tried to punch her. I swear, she just flowed around him. Next thing I knew, he's face down on the sidewalk, and there's blood everywhere.
Idiots.
That's unbelievable.
Crazy bugger.
Sarah must be as good as you.
Better. I'm more or less a straight-up puncher. When he swung, she wasn't there anymore, and he fell. She helped him stop the bleeding and had me call an ambulance. She told the paramedics he fell. Before they took him to the hospital, Mike touched Sarah's arm. I thought he was gonna end up on the ground again. But he hung his head, whispered, "I'm sorry," and started crying. And she hugged him. The Williams women are a decisive bunch, Commander. We do things when we're ready. Not before, not after.
Okay, that must have become a... If they continued after that, might have been a very interesting relationship then.
Yeah, at that point I'd be inclined to pick the where's the
Did you
father?
mention your father at all? Was he on deployment?
Dad always wanted to serve in space, but he wanted us to have real ground under our feet. He'd say, space is beautiful, but you can't raise a family there. I cannot rest from travel. I will drink life to the lees. All times I've enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly, both with those that loved me and alone. For always roaming with a hungry heart, much have I seen and known, cities of men and manners, climates, councils, governments.
I never thought I'd hear you reciting poetry.
Just because I can drill you between the eyes at 100 meters doesn't mean I can't like sensitive stuff. Just don't spread it around. You listen to my dad's favorite poem. Every time he shipped out, he recorded me reading it. He had a dozen versions when he retired.
Does he still like it?
I sure hope so. I read it to his grave every time I go home. Dad passed on a few years back. He's probably still watching, though.
You mean from wherever we go after death?
Dead on, Skipper. He's with God now. That's not a problem with you, is it? That I believe in God?
Everyone has the right to believe what they want. Says so in the Alliance Charter, only with fancier words.
I'm glad you're open-minded about it. I've met a few people who are really weirded out by my faith. Because I work in space, I can't believe in a higher power? Jeez. Hello, have you people looked out the window? How can you look at this galaxy and not believe in something?
Technically, she has a point, and we can also.
Commanding officer, not your
Sorry.
purpose.
I appreciate that, Skipper. I should get back to my duties. Didn't mean to take up so much of your time.
Go ahead.
Dismissed, Chief.
I was just gonna say that she's kind of right, and also for that whole point, we just look at the Asari because they still openly worship their goddess.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that as long as you don't have people become a fanatic.
Yeah, just Religion
Yeah.
is something I think should be personal. If you start pushing it onto others, especially with quote-unquote insistence, then then you're just a fucking asshole who's using a book as an excuse to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Commander, good to see you.
You've been with C-Sec a while. Have you seen much action?
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
Okay.
I bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out?
I remember this Solarian geneticist I was sent to investigate. That case was a bit disturbing.
What happened? Why were you investigating him?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on the Citadel. Most of it harmless, nothing I needed to pursue. But during the course of my investigation, I noticed an increase in the trade of body parts, organs mostly. We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak was harvesting organs from citizens.
You've seen this before on the Citadel?
Every so often, some lab sells unwanted parts through the black market, but they're not as bad as the psychos. I remember this one L-Corps diplomat we caught in my first year on the job. He was hacking people up and selling their organs. Had the station in a bit of a panic. But this case wasn't that clear-cut. Turns out there was more going on than we first realized.
There's Oscar.
Wait, hold on. Hold up. A L-Corps did that?
Yep. You heard that right.
Now I kind of want to see what an L-Corps doctor would look like. Like, probably for a good part it would also be with automated stuff and such, but I'm just picturing this guy with a massive fucking cleaver that's twice the size of Garrus here. With malicious intent, you will die here.
Oh, bloody heck.
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests. The weird thing was, the match led us to a Turian who was still alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver. After a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Salion, the geneticist. So I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development, but there was nothing. No Solarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicles?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the genophage. It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's 40,000 for a full set. Somebody's making a killing out there.
Well, that also gives a bit of info on Krogan anatomy.
Yeah, that tells us something.
What'd you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
You mean threatening? Was that really necessary?
Maybe, maybe not. Either way, it paid off. One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. We offered to patch him up and he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body, some of them fresh. That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes. Walking, living test tubes.
He was growing parts inside these people?
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Then he harvested them and sold them off. Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good. Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden so nobody could see it.
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostages if we tried to stop him.
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but C-Sec headquarters countermanded my order. They were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian casualties if the ship was destroyed so close to the Citadel. I told them those hostages were dead anyway. He just used them to make more organs. But they wouldn't listen.
It's not worth the risk.
I agree with him on this
Pursue
one,
the
but
vessel and disable it. That's the best choice.
They sent the military after him, but he got away just the same. Yes, they did. I went to Palin and told him what I thought of him and his policies. He said if I didn't like it, I could quit. Well, I almost did. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it all.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say that I kind of agreed with Garrus's viewpoint just a little bit there.
Yeah, a good chance was that those hostages weren't going to survive anyways, but yeah, some involving people who are completely unrelated from it through, well, causing a fucking explosion and falling debris onto the wards, that would have been more iffy, just put it lightly.
Yeah.
But
Like,
yeah,
maybe if they just shot out the engines.
Yeah, but well, they fucked up with that, huh? Since they, the military went after them and they still got away. Okay.
I suppose I can see both sides. But what's done is done.
I suppose. Can't waste too much time worrying about it now. Just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Salian?
I sent out feelers from time to time, hoping to find something. I thought I'd found him a while back. He changed ships and changed his name to Dr. Hart, his idea of a joke, I guess. I told the military, but they weren't convinced it was him. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship, but I just can't get anyone to check it out.
Well, here's anyone, or someone.
I'll check out the coordinates when I get a chance.
I was hoping you'd say that. But Commander, take me with you when you go. If it's Hillyan, I want to be there when you find him.
And yeah, basically we're getting loyalty missions this way.
Yeah, little unofficial loyalty missions that aren't really labeled.
Yeah.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see.
Let's
got
see what you
anything
got.
good now, actually? Maybe some freaking biotic amps or something. Let's see. Heavy armor. Yeah, nothing really of worth. Could probably sell, but we already have a frick ton of cash just from all that we've done, so I don't think that's going to be necessary.
Yeah. It's not like the third game where cash is a lot harder to come by.
Yeah. Okay, and last but not least...
Shepard, I'm glad you're here.
Good to see you smiling again, so to speak.
I'm sleeping much better now. I guess I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is. I still think a lot about my pilgrimage, though. I know Starin's our top priority, but with all the worlds we go to, I was hoping to find something to bring back to the flotilla.
We've still got a long way to go. You'll find something to take back.
Yes, but it cannot just be some derelict ship my people can use for salvage. It has to be more than that. There's a lot expected of me.
What's so special about you?
It's my father. He's the senior member of the Admiralty Board. He's one of only 5 people who can overrule the decisions of the Conclave for the good of the migrant fleet. My father is responsible for the lives of 17 million people. Our entire race is in his hands, and I'm his only child.
So, yeah, Tali is practically a princess.
Yeah, no pressure, right?
So are you some kind of heir to the Quarian throne or something?
No, it doesn't work that way. My father's position isn't hereditary. I'll probably never serve on the Admiralty Board myself. Officially, I'm just the same as any other citizen. But it doesn't work that way in practice. People have always treated me differently because of who my father is.
You must get all kinds of special privileges.
I probably had it easier than most growing up. But it's not all good. People like my father have enemies, and they're not above using me to get to him.
Of course, because when your species is on the brink of extinction, there are still idiots who will waste time and resources in fighting.
Yep, it's bound to happen.
That must be tough on you.
My people place a high value on family and ancestry. There's an unspoken expectation that I'll live up to my father's example. Everyone's waiting for me to do something great on my pilgrimage. Something that will forever change our lives for the better. If I don't, it's like I failed, and that reflects badly on both me and my father.
The work you're doing here is more important than anything an Aquarian's ever done before.
Yes, I know. But you have to understand Quarian culture. We're a very insular society. The events beyond the flotilla don't much matter to the average citizen. Our greatest dream is that one day we'll return to our homeworld and drive out the Geth. But even if we stop Saren, that's not going to happen. There's still millions of Geth behind the veil. Until they're gone, our exile will continue.
What would you need to bring back to make everyone happy?
Something that would help us better understand the Geth. They've changed significantly since the exile. They've continued to evolve. We've done our best to study them, but it's not easy. They're very reclusive. Until recently, they never went beyond the borders of the Veil. And all the Geth we run into now are under Saren's control. We'd need to find Geth operating on their own, independently. But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission, Shepard. First, we stop Saren. Then I'll worry about my own problems.
I don't think this one was available before, so...
What was your father like?
It wasn't easy growing up as the daughter of one of the Admiralty. Even before he joined the board, he was a prominent figure. People looked to him for leadership. He had to set an example, and he expected the same of his daughter. Plus, he was pretty strict, a military man through and through. He never allowed me to settle for anything less than excellence. As a kid, I sometimes felt like he was pushing me too hard. But now I'm old enough to appreciate what he taught me. The world doesn't owe us anything. If we want something in life, we have to earn it.
Okay, it seems that OBS has lost connection. Let me double check. Did everything else? Yep, it's my fucking connection crapping out again. Still don't get why the hell that just happens every so often. But yeah, I'll have to continue this without the input of the others then, until we can step out from here.
Mother was around, but she always seemed to kind of blend into the background. Almost like she was overshadowed by my father. He tends to do that to people. She passed on about 5 years ago. Some airborne virus that swept through the fleet. Happens sometimes when the filters start to break down. I think my father took it pretty hard. After she was gone, he became even more focused on his work. I think that was his way of dealing with the grief.
Sounds like a tough upbringing. You don't resent your father at all?
Like I said, it wasn't easy. My father's not the kind of person you bond with, and he wasn't around all that much. Too busy. People counted on him, and he took his duties seriously. Even when he was around, he always seemed a bit distant, like his mind was always somewhere else. Come to think of it, I can't ever remember seeing him smile. Not once. It's like he was always weighed down by all that responsibility. I mean, I know he cares about me, but he never really showed it, not in the usual way. I guess the best thing I can say about my father is that I respect him.
Good and bad parts about that, but yeah, at least he wasn't abusive then.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
I should go.
It's like how I'm going to have to reboot and knit this recording together with the next one. So, and yeah, that was the internet cutting out again for some stupid reason. Okay.
And I can't see nothing, so I'm gonna have to reconnect, I think.
That's because I need to screen share again. There.
Oh.
And there. Okay.
There you
go. Alright.
There we go.
Yeah, just finished up the talk with Tali, since I wasn't sure if we could redo that. But yeah, to summarize things a bit, father was strict, but not abusive. And yeah, her mother died some time ago due to an airborne virus that got through a ship. because an air filter had started to fail.
Oh, that explains a lot, actually. I never actually learned about her mother before, so that's new information.
Okay.
Oh dear.
And yeah, time to go continue exploring the galaxy, or at least one part of it.
I should ask this. We are recording and all that.
Yep.
Good.
Okay.
And hello, Aurora.
Hello, Aurora.
Hello, Aurora.
You missed the internet crapping out on my end again. Like, I still can't fucking find out why it is just my computer that loses
We got a
it.
transmission coming in from the Citadel. Top priority clearance.
Okay. But yeah, like, I've specifically set things up so that my computer shouldn't be allowed to disable certain things that it doesn't think aren't being used. But yeah, apparently, yeah, it's not the cable, it's not the router, so it is something in my computer fucking up. But yeah, I'll have to continue looking for if maybe the driver crashes. Not sure what would be any hints about that.
Is it the ambassador?
It's not his signature. I think it's from the council. I'll patch it through to the comm room.
Great. Time to talk to diplomats again. Can we hang up on them?
Okay.
Commander Shepard, we've received information that may be critical to your mission against Saren.
I'll take all the help I can get.
We've received an urgent message from one of our infiltration regiments in the Traverse.
You mean spies?
Spectres tend to attract attention, Commander, but they are only one arm of the Council. Special task groups are often a better option for monitoring developing situations.
We currently have several infiltration units scattered throughout the border regions of Citadel space. This particular unit was gathering intel on Saren.
What did they find?
Unfortunately, the message we received was little more than static. The infiltration team must be in a situation where they can't set up proper interstellar communications. But the message was sent on a channel reserved for mission-critical communications. Whatever they were trying to tell us, we know it was important. Considering your interest in Saren, we thought you might want to investigate this. Find out what happened to our team. The signal originated from the planet Vermeer.
I'll look into it.
The Council prefers not to become involved in the specifics of Spectre activities. We only want you to be aware of all your options, including Vermeer. Good luck, Commander Shepard. We will keep you advised if we learn anything else.
And yeah, not getting too involved also gives them a degree of deniability and everything.
Yeah. When I heard that, I was like, ooh, are we gonna find out more about the Hillyan Special Task Group now?
In a bit, probably. But yeah, once you've completed 2 of the high-priority missions, aka Pharaoh's Noveria or Liara, Vermeer will become available, as it has popped up here now. Okay, but
yeah.
I say we actually leave that for last at the moment.
Yeah,
so,
that's like...
That's
like in Mass Effect 2, where you save one particular mission that I will not name out loud for absolute last.
Okay.
Because that Vermeer mission might be a point of no return for something.
Yeah, we'll deal with Vermeer when we deal with that. For now, we head for Noveria.
Very cool. Noveria was the snow planet, yeah?
Yep. We've checked all the other places around here already, I believe. Let's see. Or maybe not. Okay. Monara is an icy planetoid smaller than Earth's moon. Many planetary geologists suspected it was once an Oort cloud, ice dwarf, which migrated inward after an encounter with some other body. While the crust is frozen water ice, deeper layers are mostly silicates with pockets of magnesium and aluminium. I still get confused as to what the fuck how people say this at times. Marana is tidally locked to Pax. The same side always faces the sun. I was a bit wrong about the definition of tide lock because let's see. Yeah. They do still spin, sort of, but because their rotation is at about the same level as, well, they go around the planet, the same side is always facing the sun.
Yeah, a good way to measure that one is just look at the orbital period and the day length, and if they both match, the same side is always facing.
Let's see. Nights. I had been lurking. I just saw all these chat notifications about the followers only chat in slow mode and whatnot. Is everything alright? Yeah. My computer's internet connection crapped out again for some reason. I will need to look up if there's any new solutions found for that, perhaps. So yeah, we just have to restart the stream. Okay. Zoom out. Let's see, Svarog. Svarog is a small but typical hydrogen and helium gas giant whose orbit lies quite close to the star. It is unusual for a star with a close orbiting gas giant to have a habitable world. Svarog is Pax's only gas giant, but its temperature, powerful winds, and high orbital velocities make it a poor candidate for helium-3 mining. While Novaria enjoys plentiful deuterium from its fusion plants, it imports all of its helium-3 from out-system. Okay. And Veles. Veles has a thin atmosphere of xenon and krypton. Most other materials have frozen and fallen as snow. Its surface is composed of potassium with deposits of magnesium. While investigating the primitive anaerobic, that's the word, or saying, of it. Life of Veles, binary helix survey teams discovered a cunningly hidden anchorage of the ancient Krogan warlord Moro. Many records and artifacts of the Krogan rebellions were recovered and sold at auction. The empty base is now abandoned. Okay, and we can still find something anyways. Let's see. Scans of the planet Veles reveal a small abandoned vessel. Your salvage team brought the ship on board and dismantled it, whereupon they discovered one of Matriarch Dilinaga's writings. Okay. Was there any surveying on these other ones? No. No. Okay. It means that the only place of interest is Novaria.
Yep, nothing else of interest.
Novaria is a small frozen terrestrial world, barely habitable by conventional definitions. It is privately chartered by the Novaria Development Corporation, who lease out labs to perform research too dangerous or controversial to be performed elsewhere. Given Novaria's unique situation, it is the source of many wild conspiracy theories. The colony was founded in 2163. It has a population of close to over 1/3 The capital is Port Hanshan, whatever, however you're supposed to say that. Orbital distance of 0.9. It goes around almost the same speed, though days are more than twice as long. Reasonable pressure. The surface temperature is always freezing, has an average of always freezing. And pretty decent gravity. Okay.
Approach control, this is the SSV Normandy, requesting a vector and a berth.
Normandy, your arrival was not scheduled. Our defense grid is armed and tracking you. State your business.
Citadel business. We got a Council Spectre aboard.
Commanding access to transit, Normandy. Be advised, we will be confirming identification on arrival. If confirmation cannot be established, your vessel will be impounded.
What a fun bunch. I think I'll take my next leave here.
Like you're ever getting leave while you're working under us, with us getting sent all over the place.
Yeah, you might get some leave, but it'll be during mission.
Okay. Now then, time to pick a team. And, well, we had news that Benezia is here, so Liara is a given. And well, we do need someone for the hacking and stuff, so... Alright then.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Okay, not sure if that was there in the original.
Not sure.
Let me actually take a quick second to see if there's any better armor that I can give anyone here. Or better anything. Yeah, Liara, well, she's our designated mage, so to speak, so she's only good with pistols. It's again just practically no color. Don't think she'll have much use for tech cooldowns, seeing as she doesn't have much tech. So shields. Actually, also, yeah, we haven't spent a single point with you. 53. Okay, let's see where it puts all of that.
Just everywhere, but mainly in the pro.
Ooh. Adds a biotic barrier to your shield that absorbs damage but cannot block attacks that bypass shields. Warp we've seen. Stasis unlocked. Yeah, contains the target in the Mass Effect field that holds them in place but also makes them immune to damage. Lifts. Yeah, we also know that. Advanced warp. Singularity, that's the strong one. Creates a vortex that draws objects towards it. And yeah, people count as objects with that.
Yeah, that one's a fun one.
Oh.
I don't remember if it does it in the trilogy, but in Andromeda I remember the singularity is capable of growing.
Okay. Yeah, we've got a few points, so let's get that. And... Oops. Okay, how did we get 1 point of Intimidate? We don't really have many... I don't think we have any points in that.
Yeah, we don't really have any renegade points.
I think Ron told you to put 1 point there at the first stream.
Not sure.
I don't think so. I don't remember him having an Intimidate score before now.
Let's max out Throw on the next level up. Actually, I forgot. Yep, you. Health boost or shield boost. Okay. Alright then. And yeah, Noveria is definitely a place. One that, well, none of us here would like to ever be, probably.
Yeah, I'm sure some of us more renegade people wouldn't mind it getting bombed.
We're not here to cause problems.
This is an unscheduled arrival. I need your credentials.
You first.
We're the law here. Show some respect.
I'm Captain Maiko Matsuo, Ilanis Risk Control Services.
I'm a Spectre. My name is Shepard.
Load of horse crap, ma'am.
We will need to confirm that. Also, I must advise you that firearms are not permitted on Noveria. Sergeant Sterling, secure their weapons.
It would not be wise to search for the Geth unarmed.
Also, Liara just flaring up her biotics because, honestly, she doesn't have much else.
Yeah.
Stand down. Their house, their rules.
I'll be behind you. That armor's in good condition?
Captain Matsuo, stand down. We confirmed their identity. Spectres are authorized to carry weapons here, Captain.
You may proceed, Spectre. I hope the rest of your visit will be less confrontational. Parasini-san will meet you upstairs.
Behave yourself.
Okay, that armor that she's wearing there is a whole lot more interesting than it looks in the original.
Yeah.
Okay, you were going to say?
But yeah, I was gonna say, like, once again, what a fun bunch, aren't they? I wanted to hug them and stuff.
Get out of here.
Oh, shut up. Technically speaking, I could shoot you and walk away with nothing to stick to me.
I'm answer any questions you have.
Oh, I didn't even notice that they swapped out the the unspeaking third one with a female Turian. Okay. Well, let's just say that Noveria is about as hospitable as it is cold, or as it is warm, better said. As in, not.
Yeah.
I am Gianna Parasini, assistant to Administrator Ananias. We apologize for the incident in the docking bay. I appreciate your help. You're welcome. You understand our security chief was only doing her job. One of my duties is orientation of new arrivals. Do you have any questions?
Pretty heavy security for such a small port.
The executive board does everything in its power to protect the privacy of our client corporations.
I can't have my investigation hampered.
Tread lightly. The board can bury you in litigation. You'd need an Asari lawyer to see the case through.
Has anyone unusual passed through here recently?
Unusual? An Asari matriarch passed through a few days ago. Lady Benezia.
Benezia? She is here?
Can I speak with her?
Benezia left for the Peak 15 research complex days ago. To the best of my knowledge, she's still there.
Oh, that's where we're going then.
Could you tell me how to get there?
You'll need to ask Administrator Ananias for clearance to leave this port.
Okay, and where is he?
Where can I find the administrator?
His office is on the main level, left at the top of the elevator.
Okay.
Understood. Can we go in now?
Of course. If you need any help, you can ask me at the administrator's office.
She is here. I can't believe it. I imagine you want to talk to me, Shepard. About my mother.
No, we don't. I trust you, Liara. You may not be military, but you're a part of my crew.
Thank you, Shepard. That means a great deal to me.
Okay, I do kind of wonder a bit how these things detect weapons, but seeing as Mass Effect weapons, well, I believe they have a bit of Element Zero in them for all the operations and such. It could be that they basically scan for all of that, and yeah, there's a bunch of turrets all around this place, huh?
Welcome to Port Hanjan.
Yeah. I think only select weapons have ESO cores, but I'm not sure.
Research and development. For your own safety and to protect the privacy of others, you are required to obey any directions given by our security personnel. If you have questions or concerns, our friendly administrative staff is always available. Thank you, and enjoy your stay.
Right, it's friendly.
You wonder how they detect weapons? Well, take a look.
Aside from that,
didn't reach the mute button fast enough for that one. But yeah, more like hidden weapons and such, like in crates or so.
The manager warned us about
these aren't hidden.
Oh, red. Okay.
This one offers greetings. You are the Spectre that visits Port Hanjan.
News travels fast here.
Indeed, esteemed Spectre. Your arrival was not greeted with any joy by the companies here. This one has a burden that you could ease. If an arrangement could be made, it would compensate you. This one has procured a special item for a customer. The item is not permitted within the station, but you could bring it through customs.
You want me to use my status to smuggle for you?
That is not inaccurate.
I'm supposed to uphold the law, not break it.
This one understands. The offer shall remain open. It truly needs the help.
Could I buy
Let's
something
just
now?
ignore that.
Of course.
Yep.
This one apologizes for inconveniencing you.
Let's just the standards. See if there's any licenses to buy here. Okay, Rosenkopf. Okay, and the grenade upgrades. Okay. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. We could afford this shotgun, but I don't know if that's actually we can compare it. Lower damage, higher heatsink capability, but lower accuracy, so that's a no. Higher damage protection, but lower shields. I think I'm just going to stick mostly with what we find. Okay.
Also, Captain?
Yeah?
The clock?
Yeah.
The time?
Okay.
My people have dealt with the corporations on Noveria in the past.
Yeah.
They pay well and they don't ask any questions.
Okay.
Do not be fooled by these civilized surroundings. This is a place of secrets and lies.
A hive of scum and villainy, one would say.
Yep, deceivers and criminals of all kinds everywhere.
I'm on duty, Spectre. I shouldn't be talking to you.
But
you're
yeah,
talking to us. So.
This place is basically sort of inverse of Tatooine. Instead of a desert, it's ice, but it's still just, well, instead of thuggery, it's more shady business.
Yeah, quite literal shady corporations.
We can continue for a bit more, but we will have to call it soon, yeah?
Yeah. Actually, before you talk that, Captain, and I think I should suggest this again. But I start to remember we have been having this problem not just during Spooktober, but also during the winter.
Maybe the cold might be a factor or something.
Yeah, for maybe as in the streams getting delayed and all that.
Okay, so not the crash.
Yeah, I'm not suggesting that your family are bears. Don't worry about that. But I'm suggesting there might be a good idea to start preparing food for the stream days to start on time.
Like they were supposed to come back 2 hours earlier than they did.
Yeah, like half an hour delayed, that's fine, but how often this has happened is
How can I help you?
Yeah, much.
Yeah.
How large are the facilities here?
We have 17 research complexes built into the mountains. Each is a self-sufficient facility housing a staff of hundreds.
Okay.
Tell me about the companies that work on Noveria.
Over 250 high-tech firms rent our labs. Major shareholders include Elanus Risk Control Services, Binary Helix, and Synthetic Insights Limited.
Okay, then tell us about these.
Your guards work for ERCS, don't they?
The executive board gets a discount on facility security. Elanus also develops lethal and non-lethal weapons.
Binary Helix. They work in genetics?
BH is a leader in genetics and biotechnology. They try to keep a low profile in the media. Much of their research is in biotic modifications. That angers many Luddite, organic baseline, and fundamentalist groups.
Haven't I seen Synthetic Insights in the news lately?
They're one of only 4 corporations licensed by the Citadel Council to develop artificial intelligence. They attract many protests. No agitators have ever breached our security. That's why they invest heavily here.
So this place has, like, probably 10 potential doomsday projects going on at once.
Yeah, like they attract attention a lot from the council, no doubt.
I'd like to speak to Analeas.
One moment, please. Mr. Analeas?
Yes, what?
Commander Shepard is asking to see you, sir.
Right, fine, come in.
I recognize
like a Solarian.
We can already tell this is going to be an unpleasant chat, huh?
Yeah.
You'll excuse me if I don't stand up. I have no time to entertain colonial rubes.
Oh.
I see you looked up my service record.
Only a fool enters negotiation without knowledge of the other party's tendencies. This greeting is a courtesy. I will only cooperate as required by the Executive Board. Businesses come here to avoid the second guessing of galactic law.
Go ahead.
For distance, I thought he had a bow tie.
Yeah, for a second there, it looked like his suit was kind of like a business suit.
Now I'm picturing, I forget which doctor it was, but one of the doctors from Doctor Who had a preference towards bow ties. Now I'm trying to picture them as a Solarian. I
know what you mean.
Now I'm curious about. I'm I'm curious about Doctor Who and Mass Effect crossovers.
Don't.
Are you telling me
Don't
you
do
have
it.
no safety protocols?
Don't be ridiculous. Do you think a for-profit company would take no precautions against loss of life and material? Project leads have the final say here, not meddlesome politicians.
Okay.
Do you do business with Saren?
Agent Saren, one of your Spectre compatriots? He is a major investor in Binary Helix Corporation, which is one of Novaria's backers.
Is Binary Helix developing weapons for him?
It's possible, given his interests. What our clients do in their labs is their business.
Yeah, totally not going to blow up in your face one day.
I've heard an Asari matriarch is here. Benezia?
She arrived a few days ago, accompanied by a personal escort and some cargo. She's up at Peak 15.
What brought her out here?
If I knew, I wouldn't be at liberty to say. She came here as Agent Saren's executor. She's here on business for Binary Helix. There were issues at Peak 15 that required Saren's attention.
Well, that doesn't promise anything good
What
either.
can you tell me about her cargo?
Large, heavy, and sealed. It passed weapon screening. Beyond that, it is not our concern.
What do you mean, personal escort?
The phrase is self-explanatory. Bodyguards attending to the safety of her person, mainly Asari commandos.
Commandos? Odd that you shouldn't mind their presence.
They followed all our regulations. I had no reason to forbid Lady Benezia from taking them.
I think we'll get a codex about Asari commandos sooner or later.
Yeah,
like to
very
see her
soon, probably.
Immediately.
I'm afraid that you cannot. Peak 15 is a private facility in the Skadi Mountains. Regardless, there is a blizzard in the area. Shuttles are grounded and surface access has been cut off.
Surface access, you say?
Cut off, I said. The roads are not suitable for travel. Don't make an issue of this, Shepard.
Let him be stubborn, Shepard. I'm sure someone else here is willing to help us.
Back to my other questions.
Every minute of my time you waste costs the company 12 credits. I will keep a running tally.
Like, only 12 credits?
That's it?
Opold wants me to smuggle a package through security.
I need more than your word to act on that. Bring me whatever he's smuggling, and I'll act accordingly.
So you'll arrest him?
No one here is fond of trials. They make shareholders nervous. More likely, we would simply let him go. Of course, he would be blacklisted by the companies here.
I'll look into it and get back to you.
I appreciate your report.
Okay, and with that...
I'm leaving.
Good. I received a dozen urgent messages while you dithered about.
Jackass.
Yeah, what a rude
Mr.
Solarian.
Analeus
Don't care
isn't
for him
the
at
only
all.
one with a pass to leave Hanshan.
And of course, if the boss is being obstinate, you go after the secretary.
You've never worked in the corporate world, have you, Commander? You can't bludgeon through bureaucracy.
So it would seem. I need an alternative.
Talk to Lorik Keen. You should be able to find him at the hotel bar. Can't say more. Not within earshot of Mr. Analeus.
Oh, that's a name we've heard before. Rather read.
You said I should talk to Lorik Keen?
Mr. Analeus isn't the only one with a pass to leave Hanshan. Keen spends his days at the hotel since his office was closed.
I've taken up enough of your time.
Not at all, Spectre. This is my job, after all.
Okay, and so the corporate underdealing starts, huh?
Yeah. And if you really want to spend time with it, there's a lot going on here to investigate.
Oh, hello there.
From all I've heard, blizzards are quite common here.
Okay, the way she was looking made it look like she was looking at the Quarian as well for a sec there.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're the Spectre, right? Management told us not to talk to you.
The managers warned us about you, Spectre.
I'm pretty sure we could still force people to talk if we wanted to, but let's not. Yep, this area is locked off, it seems.
Yeah, can't get in there just yet.
Or ever, actually. I'm not sure if we can yeah, we'll have to see about that. My memory might be failing me, which is entirely possible.
I think there might be a way though, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, the time's up.
Yeah, so let's just round the corner. And... oh wait, is that going towards the garage? Okay, we'll have to figure out where the bar is.
Yeah, and I just remembered something. You know, I just mentioned you probably should start preparing your own food for the streams.
Yeah.
I believe I may have been suggesting that during this time of the years, each year so far.
Probably, yeah. Okay.
It's kind of like my situation.
The thing is, in part because, well, they don't really tell when they're coming back again, generally. So I don't really know when I would need to make my own foods. Like, they said they'd be coming back with food that they'd have gotten from somewhere. So yeah, the assumption was that they were going to get that first and then come back, but no, instead it was they came back first and then went to get food. So for all I'd know, we'd be wasting food on, if I had gotten something of my own. Though a portion could, of course, go into the fridge. But yeah, anyways. For now, though, that is the end of this stream today. But before we end it off... yeah, the short stream. With a freaking interruption in the middle as well.
Yeah, better than nothing at all. I know we said we would change to just 2 hours minimum, but at this rate, yeah. What was it you said at this point, the captain?
Yeah, I'm willing to go.
Discord?
I'm willing to go with streams that are about an hour and a half, but less than that is a no.
Yeah.
Okay.
1 hour is not worth it.
Okay, but for now, though, let's see who is online. It is a bit busy, so I'll narrow this down to a few. Let's see, the list of recent raids. None of those seem to be online at the moment, so that makes it useful. We've got Nico Silverado, who is playing Warframe. Next, we've got I'm Nice, who is playing Animal Crossing, New Horizons. And for a third one, let's see... Actually, let's leave it at those two. Either of those of interest?
Up to you, I'd say.
Let's go from one space game to another then.
Yeah, your choice.
Okay, Nico then, copy the name, head to our place. Okay, I probably should start up with Warframe again sometime, because it has been half a year, maybe more, since I last really played that. So there's probably a bunch of new quests that I could play. But yeah, slash raid and paste. But before we start this, of course, thank you everyone who may be watching live or later. Thank you, Knight. Thank you, Aurora. Not sure if there was anyone else before the stream that wasn't the fucking scammer. Like, maybe a bit of a presumption, but if they're immediately starting about want to see my art, I'm going to presume scammer. So yeah, guilty until proven innocent with that. Yeah, thank you as always, Drakir and Dervin and Ram as well.
You're welcome as always, my friend. And thank you for joining and watching this madness.
You're welcome
indeed.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll be able to actually continue with this on Thursday, on Tuesday. But yeah, we'll have to see. Tomorrow, we'll see who's available. So maybe a stream, maybe not. Could be Terminator, Crosscode, or something else. Or maybe just a rest day. And yeah, Wednesday we return to Zenless Zone 0. And hopefully the game will start to run a bit better as it goes in a bit further. Because, yeah, there's just something with the optimization of that part, it seems. And yeah, Thursday more Mass Effect, and Saturday will be, of course, another Witcher day. Okay. But for now, yeah, let's get this race started. And yeah, thank you all again for watching, and until next time, have a nice day, and until then.
Be safe, everyone. Sleep well. And watch out for undead seagulls.
And shady Novaria business people.
What he said.